Hello everyone. So in today's video I'm just gonna show you what's inside this HP rechargeable laptop battery. One of my laptop went dead today, so I was just taking parts off the laptop like hard drive. So I thought this thing got me curious. I wanna look at what's inside these relatively thinner battery pack. The shape of it itself kinda tells me it's gonna be one of those cylindrical cells connected in series, or maybe a combination of series in parallel. I don't know how it's gonna be inside, but so let's break it up and see what's inside. Definitely it's gonna be much harder to open one of them. I had this thing in mind, maybe I should have mentioned it. The size and shape of it kinda told me the size of the battery pack itself made me guess that it's gonna be one of those 18650. Let's open it. It looks like about 4 batteries. They are series connected or parallel connected. Let's see if I can open this thing. Series. Yeah, all of them are series connected. So these are the first 2 batteries. They are connected in series. So it's 4 cells connected in series. Let's go indoor and test this battery. I'm gonna get a data sheet first to see what their specifications are, perform a testing. Again, I just want to let you guys know that this came off a 7 or 8-year-old laptop, so I would expect a performance degradation equivalent to that 8-year usage. Let's see. I would expect the actual capacity of the battery to be anywhere between 60 to 80% of the capacity given in this specification. So all right, we go indoor and we do the testing. It's Samsung, so I would expect a much better performance, but we'll see. We're back here in my office to perform the testing of the battery. If you had seen my previous videos, the way I usually do it is you charge the battery to maximum capacity and then give it a rest period of 1 hour and we discharge it back. So I followed the same thing here, but before I start the experiment, I downloaded the data sheet and looked at the standard charging and discharging steps. The data sheet recommends charging at 1.4 amps, and that's what I'll be using in my charge test. You should be having there should be a time-lapse video here that shows the charging happening at 1.4 amp, and then gave it a rest period of maybe I gave it a little bit more than an hour of rest period, and I've started discharging it. Now the discharging current provided by the specification is 560 milliamp or 0.56 amp is the discharge current. So I've set it there and then started the discharge. So there should be another time-lapse video of the battery discharge, but here's the final result here. So the discharge capacity came at 2363 milliamp hour. The standard capacity of the battery as advertised is 2800 milliamp hour, and the measured capacity came at 2363 milliamp hour. And when I calculate the percentage, if I calculate the percentage, it's the measured capacity still comes at close to 85% of the advertised capacity, which still is a great number given the age and usage of the battery. So the laptop, I might have used it for at least for 5 or 6 straight years. Now I gotta tell you a real fact that when this battery was inside the laptop, it did not give me a good battery life. I guess the reason probably is that the laptop is draining much higher current than the 0.56 amp, which is what is used in this testing. If I rerun this discharge experiment with a current higher than 0.56, I'm sure the capacity would be a significantly different capacity here, and I guess that's what laptop would be drawing, if I'm when the display is on and with the processor, the display, the heat dissipating fan, and all the other things, including its peripherals running, I believe the current consumption would be way higher than 0.56, and that's why at the end of the life of the battery, it doesn't last. At the end of the life of the laptop, the battery doesn't last long. But here in the testing, it still shows as, hey, I'm still 84% good in terms of capacity, but the current drawn is also a very nominal, as recommended by the specification. Again, this video is by no means benchmarking the performance of the Samsung battery. As I mentioned before, this is kind of my hobby. Before throwing any used electronic stuff, I tend to open it, take a look at what's inside, try to learn as much as possible. Though with these days, the products pack a lot more electronics, more complicated circuitry inside. There's very less to visually see and learn, but I try to take whatever possible by breaking it, because it's going to trash anyways. It's good to learn a little bit from it, especially with the battery and things. I tend to look at who are the suppliers and what's the battery type that's been used. Especially with this product, this battery pack, I get to see who the supplier is, what kind of battery is used, and how the battery performs after so many years of its usage. I guess it's still a good learning than just blindly putting this thing in the trash. It's of some use to you. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.